Welcome to Ladies Who Love Christ, where we love to encourage you to build intimacy with Christ. We'll bring you insights and teachings to help you grow in your walk with Jesus, ultimately becoming the strong, godly woman you were created to be. Here's Ashley Pope Todorova.
Hi, ladies. Welcome to Ladies Who Love Christ. This is so exciting. This is our 18th episode, and we could not be more excited and happy to have you here. Today, we have an incredibly special episode. We are going to be talking about the importance of godly friendships and connection, and we're going to talk a lot about Ladies Who Love Christ Ministries and how we are able to connect women across the globe. Today is also super special because I have my dear friend and partner in ministry, Sarah. If you are new to this show, you've never heard Ladies Who Love Christ before, I just want to encourage you. We have a great podcast. This show is available on all major podcast platforms. Wherever you like to listen to your favorite podcast, please go there and subscribe. All you need to do is search Ladies Who Love Christ, and you will see it come up on all major podcast platforms. We are also on YouTube now. They actually record and videotape these episodes. So if you like to watch, the way that these episodes are done is that they are almost like a mini teaching of sorts or a mini Bible study. At Ladies Who Love Christ, it is extremely important for us to teach you how to dig into the Word, how to press in. So when you go back and listen to this episode, bring out your Bible, get something to take notes and make it a study. Really think about what it is you're listening to and what the Lord wants to teach you through His Word and through what you're hearing. So we're just so glad to have you. Sarah, welcome. I'm so glad you're here today.
Hi, Ashley. It's great to see you and hear your voice.
I know, you too. I wish that we were neighbors, sweet girl. Maybe one day. Why don't you tell our listeners how you and I'll let you tell that story, how you and I came to know each other, and we can share a little bit about our good times in ministry and what we've been blessed to do here.
Well, a little over 3 years ago now, I guess it was, a mutual friend that Ashley and I had joined a group called Ladies Who Love Christ and invited me to join this Facebook group as well. And some of you ladies may not realize, but Ashley lives in the Atlanta area and I'm from way over in Louisiana. But we were able to connect through Ladies Who Love Christ, as amazing as that is. And a couple of months after I joined, Ashley contacted me and asked me about doing some material, sharing some Bible study material with moms in the group. And so I jumped on board and our friendship has just blossomed. The Lord has blessed so greatly in this friendship that bloomed from Ladies Who Love Christ itself.
Oh, thank you. I love you.
I love you too.
It is amazing. So ladies, we're excited to share this with you because it really is a testament to what the Lord is doing through, not just through the ministry, but in hearts all around the world. So in just over 3 years, Ladies Who Love Christ, to give some perspective, the Lord has just blessed it. It is expanded to over 40 countries. What we like to do is we do year-round live online Bible studies. We do mini teachings. We do all kinds of things to help you grow in your walk with the Lord. And I mean, Jesus made it so clear to me, ask Sarah to teach. And so you're so right, Sarah, this friendship, this beautiful godly friendship formed in the most unique and unexpected way. You know, there's so many downsides to technology, ladies. There are so many downsides, but at the same time, there are so many blessings and there are so many good things that come from it. So Sarah and I have now been partners in ministry for over 3 years. Last October, we were blessed to be able to go to her hometown, and we held one of our women's conferences there at her church, Bethel Baptist, which that was super special, Sarah, wasn't it? Didn't you enjoy that?
Very much. That was so special to have my LWLC family and my church home family together. That was an amazing day. wonderful day.
Yes. Yes. And so we do those conferences. We have our big annual conference every year in Atlanta. Sarah has come in with her whole beautiful family. Sarah, why don't you tell the listeners a little bit about your family, your precious kiddos, and how that formed the Mothers of Young Children connection within Ladies Who Love Christ?
Well, when I first joined Ladies Who Love Christ, I was so excited to be connected with these ladies all over the world. And I started a dialogue within the group before Ashley had contacted me about starting this mother's branch, and just asked if anyone had any good suggestions for devotionals to do with their children. And it became apparent that there were more questions than answers there. And so the Lord started working in my heart that maybe I could help out in that way. And so I then posted just a few of the devotionals that we did with our family. I have 3 children with my amazingly handsome and wonderful husband, Adam. And now they are 10. Our oldest is Audrey, our girl, who's 10 years old. We have a 5-year-old, Bryce, and a 3-year-old, Levi, who keeps us all on our toes all the time.
He's amazing like that. And you're such a beautiful mother. And it was, it's so neat to see how, like you said, you're in Louisiana, I'm here in Atlanta. Alex and I, we don't have any children, but we have a fur baby. Our lives are so different in so many ways, Sarah. But it's amazing how it's like, I almost feel like you're literally my sister. I mean, it's amazing how we can have such a different life and be completely far away from each other, but yet so connected. And for those of you who maybe are raising up grandchildren, or you're raising your children and you want to raise them with strong godly habits, come over to Ladies Who Love Christ. Sarah does incredible teachings. We're actually looking to launch a Mom and Me Bible study. I won't say too much about that because I want Sarah to announce it. But we're going to be doing a Mom and Me Bible study where the kids can get involved. We want to equip you and enable you to raise your children in the Word. And that is something now more than ever that you have to be very focused to do. You have to be very diligent. So we have that as a resource. And boy, I'll tell you, Sarah, for me as your friend, it has been incredible I just think about like little Levi, when you and I started serving together, he was just a baby. And I'm like watching your kiddos grow up. And Audrey, boy, she is unbelievable. This child is so smart and so on fire for Jesus. She's going to do so much in her life. It's exciting to see. But ladies, we just want to encourage you. If you're looking for a group of ladies who love Christ, come on over, visit us. You can find us online at ladieswholovechrist.com. If you're on Facebook, that is actually where our group is, and we hold all of our live online Bible studies there. And we are currently in our 17th Bible study. Sarah and I wrote it together. This is super exciting because this is a brand new thing. We wrote this study together, and we're going to talk more about that after the break. But Sarah, what was one of your favorite? We have so many that we've done. What are 1 or 2 of your favorite Bible studies that we've done here? And why would you encourage women to go back and perhaps join our current study or watch the replays, kind of explain the replay situation?
Oh, ladies, there is a wealth of information and resources available in our Facebook group. If you want to go back and see any of the previous 16 Bible studies that we have done, ladies, it's amazing to even think about. You can go to our Facebook group and check our albums. And every one of our studies is archived in those albums. You can go back, grab your study, grab your copy of the Word of God and something to take notes. Do it on your own time. And as a busy mom, when I first joined LWLC, that was such a blessing to me. But having this ministry where I could do a Bible study on my own time, in my PJs, after I get the kids to bed, was amazing. And as far as my favorite study, actually, it's hard to choose. My all-time favorite study, you already know this, Ashley, is A Woman After God's Own Heart by Elizabeth George. And we just completed that study in LWLC. So I have to say that one would probably be my top pick just because it was already my favorite study. But I would have to say my second favorite was The Armor of God by Priscilla Shirer. That was one of our earliest Bible studies, but it made a profound impact on my life personally. We've done Experiencing God by Henry Blackaby, which was an amazing study, foundational study. I believe that every Christian should go through that foundational study. So many.
Ladies, listen, we have this thing called replay. You can come back and you can watch any study. All you need to do is order your book. You can order that online. We also will give you lots of resources and websites where you can find materials. Maybe you're in a place where, we've been quarantining for probably 8 weeks or so now. You feel lonely. You feel like maybe you're not plugging in. Ladies, it is a diligent effort, and it is a choice to grow in the Word, okay? There are so many things vying for our attention today, but the biggest thing, the most important thing that you will ever do with your time, that you will ever do with your life, is to build intimacy with Jesus, to open His Word, to want to know Him, and to take that time. So ladies, I'm just so glad to have you here today. After the break, we are going to talk about our current study, how Sarah and I came to author that together. We're super excited about it. We're glad to have you joining today, and we'll see you soon after the break. And thank you to our ministry sponsors, AnyPest. They're the absolute best.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Ladies Who Love Christ. We'll be back with more right after this. We're back. This is Ladies Who Love Christ. Here's Ashley Pope-Todorova.
We're just so glad to have you here today. So for those of you who are just jumping in and you didn't get to hear the first part of this show, I am sitting down with my dear friend, my partner in ministry, Sarah. I care about Sarah so much. She and I have been serving in ministry for over 3 years now. And so we've just been talking about the importance of godly friendships and how our friendship started. Sarah, I'm just glad to have you here today. It's really, really special.
I'm so thankful to be here with you too, Ashley.
Yes. So before the break, we were talking about all of the Bible studies that we've done here at Ladies Who Love Christ. In a nutshell, we are a teaching ministry. We are completely, solely focused on helping you build intimacy with Jesus. There's nothing more important that you'll ever do than cultivating and growing your relationship with Him. And so as a teaching ministry, we offer year-round, live, online Bible studies, literally year-round. We offer many teachings. We offer so many resources. If you go into our group, it's actually a Facebook group, Ladies Who Love Christ Bible Study Ministry, you will see all of the past studies and many teachings that we've done. It's really a hub for you to come and to learn and to grow. So one of our albums, for example, we have many teachings on anxiety and depression. And we also offer a variety of teachings, and including mine, where I share my testimony with my husband, Alex. We have a marriage album that helps you to strengthen your marriage and to do it completely, solely on the Word of God. And so we have a lot of resources. Sarah, why don't you tell us a little bit about, briefly, your testimony and how that just sort of evolved with the anxiety and depression resources. I know that we have women that struggle so much with this.
Yes, Ashley. A few years ago, I went through a period of multiple miscarriages, one after the other, and also some health issues at the same time. And that just threw me on a path of spiraling downward into a deep, deep depression. I came to figure out, as I experienced that personally, there's a huge disconnect within our Christian community and within our churches. We don't talk about depression. We don't talk about anxiety as much as it really is needed. And so, Ashley, you and I had dialogued about this. I shared my testimony within the group, and we had so much response.
Yes.
So many ladies were craving this conversation, this teaching about depression, someone to share transparently what the Lord has done and how to walk this through, practically speaking.
Yep.
And so that's how this album evolved.
And you're so right. It's about being able to take the things that we go through, Sarah, right? And the hard things, the things that nobody wants to talk about. And the best part of that is taking those hard things and glorifying Jesus and being able to say, look what he brought me through. And then being able to transparently share that. And you've been so bold to transparently share your testimony. And it's amazing because I don't think that we'll ever know how many lives the Lord and hearts the Lord has touched through the transparency that is available at Ladies Who Love Christ. That's really important for me to get across to you ladies today, is that you do not have to live in shame. You do not have to take those tough things that you've lived through that have nearly taken the breath out of your lungs. You do not have to take those things and tuck away in shame. Don't let the enemy condemn you in those places. Sweet ladies, those are the very places that the Lord will not only heal you, but he will give you a testimony. You've got to keep your eyes and your heart focused on him, looking to his word, looking to his truth, really making your relationship with Jesus Christ the most important part of your life, because there's nothing that you will ever do that is more important than building that relationship, right? And so Sarah openly talked about a very difficult time in her life. And as a result, all of these other women were able to say, I've been there, or they were able to get the help that they needed. But I want to encourage you, ladies. There's no person in this world. There's no thing you'll ever do. There's no person that you'll ever talk to, no advice you'll ever get, no self-help book you'll ever read that will ever do for you what getting alone with Jesus will do for you. We're truly opening his word and saying, I want to know you. And as we know, God's will is revealed in his word. You can't know his will apart from his word. And so as Ladies Who Love Christ, it's really important for us to come alongside you, real, raw, and transparent, and help you to grow in the word, to grow in Jesus, and to heal through those places that you have been hurt and wounded. And maybe the enemy is just working on you, right? So I've been blessed with my husband, Alex, to be married for 13 years in this past March. We've been together for 16. And he is an amazing man. And Alex and I went through some great struggles in our marriage. Our entire marriage testimony is right there in the group. If you join Ladies Who Love Christ Bible Study Ministry on Facebook, or if you send us a message through ladieswholovechrist.com, we'll make sure that you get these testimonies. But I was able to share about the struggles that I went through in my marriage. See, I wasn't allowing the Lord to heal my heart. I wasn't allowing his word to be truth in my life at a certain time. And it was causing me to sin. It was causing me to act out. It was causing me to hurt the people that meant the most to me. And so I was able to, as the Lord brought me through that time in my marriage, it was a very big struggle. It was a storm. I was able to heal through that. My marriage was able to heal through that. Our marriage is 10 times stronger than it was before. And it's been a blessing, So Alex and I share about that very openly and very transparently. If you're walking through dark days in your marriage and you're like, how do I get through this? Ladies, you get through it with Jesus Christ. You get through it with his word. There's nothing that is going to do in your life what he will. So Sarah, talking about storms, since we've talked so much about that, let's talk about our current Bible study. We're currently in a Bible study called Finding Peace in the Midst of the Storm. Talk a little bit about that for our listeners, and we can kind of dialogue through what we're doing, and it's pretty exciting.
Oh, it is so exciting to be co-authoring this with you, Ashley. It's amazing what the Lord can take from our life, the broken pieces of our lives, the shattered parts, the hard things, and he can turn it into something absolutely beautiful. So I have so enjoyed writing this with you, and we've been studying about what the word says about when we go through these storms, these hard times, these gut-wrenching periods of our life. How can we respond in a godly way? What does God's truth say about that to us? And we've had amazing response, and many ladies coming in and engaging with this Bible study. And I think that's one of the most beautiful parts of our live online Bible studies is we do have that community, even if we're not able to get out and meet together in a church building. We can still have that connection.
Yes. And that connection's everything. And I agree. It's so exciting to be writing this with you. It is a 6-week Bible study series, Finding Peace in the Midst of the Storm. Last week, we went through Paul's Protocol for Peace that Sarah wrote. It was absolutely beautiful. And it's great. This coming Monday, we are going to be talking about praying your way through the storm and the importance of prayer in your walk with Jesus. It is such a vital component to a believer's life. And we're going to be talking about that and what it looks like and ways to create a war room in your home. If you look behind me, you'll see my little prayer board. I referenced that in the Bible study too. So it's a wonderful time. And don't feel like you've missed out, ladies, because again, next Monday is only week 3. We can easily catch you up. If you want to reach out to us through ladieswholovechrist.com, I will actually send you all of the Bible study materials. We will connect you to the group, and then we will tag you in the previous teaching so you can just go watch the replays, which that's the beauty of them, and you'll be all caught up. So if you want to do that with us, we absolutely would love that. Sarah, I want to just share, I just think this is such a beautiful proverb. I love Proverbs. Proverbs 17:17 says, a friend loves at all times. And, Sarah, our friendship, and I don't know that I've ever actually told you this, so don't get emotional, and I won't get emotional. But, because of how I grew up with a lot of pain. I grew up with a lot of dysfunction. I was not living in the same place more than 3 or 4 years at a time. Literally, my life was in 3 or 4 year chunks. And I struggled with being able to have a true friend. I struggled being able to form and friendship and connect with people just by the nature of my, moving around so much and all of that. And so the Lord, sweet girl, has blessed my life tremendously with you. And I can say, I have a true friend in you, and you have a true friend in me. And to our ladies who are listening, we want to be your friend. We want to be your friend. And guess what? We have conferences every year. You can come hang out with us. We literally have women that we just taught in ministry, and they've traveled in from all over the U.S. for these conferences, and we are literally friends. Friendships are forming, connections are forming, and we want that for you. If you are not plugged in and you want some ladies who love Christ to plug into, but Sarah, a friend loves at all times. I love you. I am so proud of how you have lived out your testimony so well, and you've allowed the Lord to really use you and to shine through you. Ladies, we are just glad to have you here. We're so glad that you tuned in today. Remember to look up Ladies Who Love Christ on all major podcast platforms. That means the world to us. We would love if you would subscribe, share our podcast. These are like mini Bible studies. Grab your Bible, do a little study from them, look us up on YouTube, connect with us. Connection is so, so important. And last but not least, I cannot end this show without thanking our amazing ministry sponsors at AnyPest. Thank you, AnyPest, for all you have done and enabled in the life of this ministry. We look forward to seeing you ladies next week, and thanks for tuning in today.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Ladies Who Love Christ. For more, go to ladieswholovechrist.com and join us on Facebook, Ladies Who Love Christ Ministries.